Boom! What's up, Waves Capital? It's Royce Jacob, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about C3 AI Inc., our number one stock pick of 2023, and how this company just crushed their earnings report. More importantly, I want to talk to you guys about why I believe the price action that we're seeing in after hours right now is the catalyst for the highly anticipated second wave that we've been expecting for a few weeks now. And of course, I also want to talk to you guys about where I believe that wave 2 will take us. Okay, so again, we will establish after hours price action looking beautiful right now. You guys, I really believe that we have more life-changing gains ahead of us. I believe that March is going to be one for the history books, at least for Waves Capital. And honestly, I'm just pumped to make this video for you guys and just chop it up about C3. So we have a lot to talk about. Of course, once again, we will discuss technicals, but we have to go over the specifics and a few highlights, at least, from the earnings report itself. So we'll read over this. We'll go over, once again, just a few of the key metrics from this earnings report, go over a few quotes from the CEO that are very encouraging, not only for C3 AI itself, but for the entire ecosystem of artificial intelligence and the entirety of the AI sector of the stock market. Because as you know, C3 AI Inc. AI is only one of our, we have 4 AI positions that are performing beautifully. And after this, I'm just so pumped to see where this goes. So on the note of AI CEO having some promising words to say, also do have a little content recommendation. It's an interview with the CEO himself. That was, I think this interview was done in the minutes following the earnings report, because as they're talking, you can see AI just going bonkers on the charts and after hours. So we'll recommend this. I'll give you guys my thoughts on this. But before we dive into any specifics, before we get to reading and going over some of these metrics, I do want to read over a couple of the newsletters from today. I want to kick it off with what I called the Waves Day AI special, because we had 2 of our larger positions today. Of course, C3 AI and veritone, which we won't be covering today. But if you guys are part of the group, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. AI and veritone both reported earnings. Both crushed it, and I'm so pumped. So it was Wave Day. It was a successful Waves Day. I first want to read over my newsletter from early this morning, just going over my thoughts, why I chose to stand strong in my positioning, and going over some of the reasons that made me so confident that they would beat earnings, and why I did believe they would catalyze Wave 2, and of course, why this bull flag is looking amazing for AI, and why this might be the best trade of my entire career. Maybe not best trade, maybe best trade, but most satisfying trade for sure. And again, it comes down to the technicals with that one. And after we go over that, I also want to read over my post-earnings newsletter, where I go over, again, some of that crazy after-hours price action, the spike we saw immediately after earnings. Once again, won't cover veritone, but veritone looking great as well. If you guys were in on that one, let me know down below, please. And, cheers to you. And on top of really just summarizing my thoughts before expanding as we go over the specifics, I want to celebrate with you guys. Again, we've been waiting for this for a really long time. And, it feels good when you have a thesis, and when referencing the past few weeks, when it may start to seem a little bleak, when optimism is fading a bit, standing by that thesis and sticking to your game plan, and having that game plan play off. And that's one of the most satisfying things of being a trader. The money's great. Don't get me wrong. I love money. That's why I'm in this game at its core. But I'm also a player in terms of playing the trading game, of course. Don't tell Sammy I said that. But I am a player. Again, I'm a player. I'm a trader. That's the game. I want to be good at what I do, and it's very, very validating when things go your way. And again, the money is freaking awesome too. So we'll celebrate you guys, and you guys, before we talk specifics, again, if you want to trade with me on a daily basis, if you want my daily newsletters, if you don't want to wait a week for me to record another video on AI, I talk about them every single day. And I will continue to talk about AI, about veritone, about some of our other plays. Guardant Health, GH has been on absolute fire. Those options are up like 150% or something right now since inception, and I think they'll go much higher. First link in the description box. You guys, it's $15 a month. It's 40 bucks for every 3 months. I don't know why that's so small right now. 15 bucks a month, 40 bucks for every 3 months. You can try free for 7 days. If you don't like it, you can just peace out. But if you were to have joined at the beginning of 2023, you would have paid off a lifetime subscription many, many times over, regardless of how much you were trading. So this is my livelihood. I love what I do. Again, I love the money, but I love doing hard work and establishing a thesis and, being called stupid when a lot of people think that your thesis isn't going to work out, and then that thesis works out. That's freaking awesome. So once again, if you want to trade with me on a daily basis, if you want to know exactly how I'm trading, what I'm trading, why I'm trading it, what my entire portfolio looks like every single day, along with, once again, the multiple daily newsletters that I upload every single day, talking trades, talking real-time price action, and of course, updates like this. That's, once again, the first link in the description box. If you choose to join, welcome to Waves Capital. But if not, it's your loss. I appreciate you watching this video, though. Okay, so let's get to reading. Once again, just kind of want to preface the way I went into today. If you want to skip over this, that's perfectly fine. But once again, really just celebrating with Waves fam and talking about, kind of just walking you through my psyche on a day like today. Because again, this holding call options through earnings is objectively very risky. But again, we've been talking about this for months. We've been saying that earnings were going to catalyze the second wave. And again, it just feels so good to find some validation in this. All right. So let's get to reading, and we'll close it out by talking specifics and price targets for Wave 2. So it's Thursday, it's March 2nd, and it's Waves Day, baby. I doubt we'll reference this holiday ever again. But hey, for those of you who are here, it'll be a fun little inside joke. Goes for you guys too. And maybe next year it will be Waves Day, because this was a freaking smashing success. So as you know, the reason I'm deeming it Waves Day is because our two primary AI positions announced earnings. So C3 and Veritone don't let us down. In retrospect, they didn't. We can speculate all we want. We'll just have to wait until after hours to know whether or not these reports will in fact be the catalyst for a highly anticipated second wave. That said, I'm still feeling confident in their abilities to impress. Let's reinforce our beliefs a bit to finally getting some closure in a couple of hours. Okay, so this was a big thing that led me to believe that C3 and Veritone would impress in their earnings report. It's the fact that both C3 and Veritone significantly exceeded expectations in their reports from this quarter in 2022. So from their earnings reports, maybe not exactly a year ago, but close to a year ago, again, 4 quarters ago, maybe just give or take a few days. You can see right here that relative to analyst estimates, which is this little like translucent looking, this little gray circle, relative to what actually happened in that earnings report, which is the green circle, they smoked them. They blew them out of the water. So C3 AI Inc. blew expectations out of the water. Veritone also blew expectations out of the water and was also profitable. So again, I'm going to reference Veritone a lot. It's my number 2 AI play. I think this is the dark horse. It's much smaller market cap, so much potential. But again, we're not going to dive into specifics there. That's for another video and for the newsletter, of course. But Veritone looking good. C3 AI, once again, in this quarter, the same quarter in 2022, blowing expectations out of the water. This, along with the fact, of course, that we have the hype cycle, all of the other factors that we've been talking about for the better part of a couple of months now, plus the fact that, again, AI is king. And that's what we're referencing in this. Their CEO said it himself. AI has become king. So more and more companies are looking to recruit the needs of AI, potentially replace them with human employees, which sounds a little dystopian, but hey, that's just the way things are moving. That's the reality of it. I'm not going to chime in on the moral aspect of it. I'm a trader. I just want to profit off of it. We're looking good, you guys. And in terms of C3 AI, AI's bull flag remains intact as of right now. We've broken out, which we freaking love to see. And if we do manage to rally on earnings, then it will result in a perfect breakout from the apex of this bull flag. And it may be one of the most satisfying trades of my entire career. So again, there's really not a whole lot to talk about in terms of technicals, you guys. I'll just say that right now, kind of spoil it. But this bull flag that we covered in the last video, I think we were over here when I posted the last video or something. is still holding. We saw a little sell-off leading into earnings. We held the line of support on the descending triangle, which is the flag of this bull flag formation. And right now, following earnings, that is, in my eyes, an absolute textbook breakout of what I deem to be one of the best looking bull flags that I've ever seen in my career. So again, you guys, it just feels so damn good to have this one pan out. And again, looking forward to some more life-changing gains like we saw in January. Okay. So again, I'll kind of just rehash my target, although it's right there. You can just take this and piece out of the video right now. But we'll close out the video by rehashing why $42 is my target after we go over this. But before we talk specifics, before we go over some of these highlights and once again quotes from the CEO, let's go over the post-earnings newsletter, which is the price targets newsletter, and just talk about how I'm feeling right now, so I don't have to keep rambling on to you guys. So team, I believe some congratulations are in order because our first annual Waves Day was a smashing success. I already said that, but it was absolutely smashing. All right, the numbers are in, and both C3 AI Inc. and Veritone have exceeded expectations. The stocks are being appropriately rewarded in after-hours trading. So again, at the time I took these screenshots, C3 up 21% and Veritone up 7%. Right now we are up 18, just over 18%, but hey, I'll freaking take it. Okay. So I'm about to record a video discussing the specifics of C3's report. So we're here right now. But I do want to share this quote from their CEO. And actually, this is in this report as well, which is why I didn't highlight it here. But we will read the continuation of this once we dive into the highlights. God, why does it keep doing that? We'll just figure this out when we get back there. All right. So, quote from the CEO once again. As we enter quarter four of fiscal year 23, we're seeing tailwinds from improved business optimism and increased interest in applying C3 AI solutions to address an increasing range of applications across a broad range of industries. CEO Thomas Siebel said in a release, "The overall business sentiment appears to be improving. This is a dramatic change from what we experienced in mid-2022. And that's important, you guys. The overall business sentiment appears to be improving. And that's what you'll love to see, right? And again, we'll reference this at the very end. I've already referenced it enough. We're not going to watch it here, but go Google it, or go Google this, just cnbc, C3 AI, and this will pop up. Because again, this just came out like an hour ago at the time of recording. So Google this. Their CEO, Thomas Siebel, talking about why AI has become king. And again, this sentiment was displayed in their earnings and the amount of companies that are contacting them in regard to their services. Okay, so check that out. In his words, AI has become king. And I think many investors will begin to agree with this statement more and more, especially following this earnings report. We developed a macro thesis. We stood strong in our beliefs. We held our ground through the past 3 weeks of correction. And now it's all going to pay off once again. Wave 2 is upon us. And there's no one I'd rather be riding it with. I'm confident that March 2023 is going to be another one for the history books, just like January was. So cheers, Waves Capital. And again, you guys, if you're part of Waves Cap, if you had some calls on deck, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you guys are liking it, or if you're not liking it. I'm always down for some constructive criticism. So I'll see you guys in the comments downstairs, and hopefully we're celebrating down there. Once again, you guys, last plug, if you do want to join, I feel zero guilt plugging this on a day like today for, again, $15 a month, lunch money. First link in the description. Join Waves Capital and join the winning team. Okay. So that said, let's close it out by talking about some of the highlights from C3's fiscal third quarter of 2023, and also talk about why $42 is my price target. Okay. So this is a continuation of Thomas Siebel's quote that we just read over here. All right. So in the course of the third quarter, we validated our transition to a consumption-based pricing model, expanded our partner ecosystem, expanded our business pipeline, and delivered industry-leading product innovation in enterprise AI. We remain on track to become cash positive and non-GAAP profitable by the end of fiscal year 24. Siebel continued, the results speak for themselves. And again, it's not all talk. This is show. Okay, the results once again have spoken for themselves. And there is no more speculation as to whether this company is all hype or not. because it's for sure hype. I want to make that very clear. Hype is what got me interested in these companies in the first place, and I've said that many times. But they are now proving that they're viable companies, that they are en route to profitability, and that they're growing at a pace that warrants the hype, okay? Maybe not completely warrants. If C3 goes to $100, I'm for sure selling because there's no way that will make sense. But again, we're traders, you guys. That's the reality of the game, and that's why we'll be rewarded for sticking it through the super shitty month of February, honestly, okay? So let's go over some of these highlights, and then we'll call it a day by talking about that $42 price target. Revenue. Total revenue for the quarter was $66.7 million, exceeding guidance of $63 mil to $65 mil. That's a solid, not a crazy beat right there, but a pretty significant beat. Subscription revenue, sub revenue for the quarter was $57 million, constituting 85.6% of overall revenue. Gross profit, GAAP gross profit for the quarter was $44.4 million, representing a 67% gross margin. Non-GAAP gross profit for the quarter was $51 million, representing a 76% non-GAAP gross margin. You can read over you can pause it and read over these if you'd like, but let's talk about the cash reserves, because in this economy, you want cash, and it's good because these guys are sitting on $790 million in cash equivalents, and investments. And we believe C3 AI is well positioned to sustain equity market turbulence and continue to invest in growth through enterprise AI innovation and sales expansion while sustaining our path to profitability. Okay, so these guys are not even close to going insolvent. They have plenty of cash, their cash equivalents and investments on the balance sheet. These guys can weather the storm. And again, given this flood of new clients and given the interest in AI is becoming king. And again, we've known that, but it's sick to hear the CEO of C3 AI saying it himself. AI has become king. Waves Capital cannot be more positioned in AI stocks, even all the way down to Meta. Meta, we were in it for the blue checks, but Zuck just came out a few days ago talking about how they're implementing a bunch of new AI products to Instagram, to WhatsApp and stuff. So Waves Cap is positioned. I'm absolutely pumped to ride these waves with you guys. And, again, just let me know. Let me know what you're thinking down below, because I just want to celebrate with you guys. Okay, so we'll call it there. $42 is AI's price target because it is their IPO price. That's clean and simple. I'll zoom out a little bit here real quick just to show you guys this. Man, it's going to get super congested. But 42 is not only AI's IPO price. This is where investment bankers deemed AI to be, a fair product, at least at the time of IPO in the market that AI was in during the time of IPO, which I believe was 2018. So on top of AI's IPO price being $42, it's also the recent low that has not yet been retested as a new high. Again, previous floors become new ceilings. AI saw this untested floor on October 21st. I should say untested, since it was initially tested as the floor in October of 2021. I do think that this level will come to play, on top of lining perfectly with the IPO price of $42. And I'll be holding the far majority of my positions until we take it. That said, I will be taking profits on the way up. My general rule of thumb is for every, I guess it's relative based upon percentages, but we'll say for every 20% the stock climbs, take at least 10% in profits off of your total position. Okay. So even if you think the stock, again, I think the stock could go up another 60, 70%. For every 15, 20% of profits, I'll just shave 10% off of the position, because options don't just trade off of volatility itself. They trade off of implied volatility. Okay. So options, I can't imagine they won't go absolutely ballistic tomorrow. I'm pumped to close out the first week of March with an absolute bang. And again, I look forward to seeing you guys in Waves Capital. I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you in the comments downstairs. Cheers once again to hopefully what is another round of life-changing gains and another month for the history book. So I appreciate you guys. Again, no one I'd rather ride with. And until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.